Are you gonna get banned from Twitch? Love the streams. No. Frogan banned. Everyone on that panel copped the 30-day ban. Yeah. I think Twitch is responding to a lot of the outside pressure. Twitch has suspended all the members of TwitchCon rating streamers panel for 30 days for hateful conduct, according to sources familiar with the matter. A certain Reddit community teamed up with the ADL to pressure them. I believe his words were, "You're an extremist who platforms and disseminates terrorism. You support the annex of Crimea, Donetsk, and Tibet. We need to fight back, bro. Bro, if you heard some of the things he said about you today, it's messed up. We're not making it up." Yeah, guys, there is no winning in this battle. Okay? There is no winning in this battle. There's nothing you and I or this community or anyone can do. Nothing at all. For the past 12 months, this has been endless. Okay? When they can't get anything off of me and my statements, then they can turn around and, pick apart different statements from the chat. If they can't do that, they go after people that are also pro-Palestinian, but have smaller audiences. He said, "You support the ethnic displacement of all Israelis." I very clearly do not. And actually, I've had a conversation with him directly about how I do not, which is why I am a supporter of a one-state solution. Okay, there's two things I can do in this situation. I can hyper-focus on the direct targeted attacks against me and everyone else that is pro-Palestine, with all of the Islamophobic sentiments baked into it and the cynical weaponizations of certain constructs, while there is a real ethnic displacement that is currently happening. Or I can shift my focus away from these people who are constantly crying and vying for attention and trying to deplatform me and successfully getting to deplatform others in the process as I continue to conduct myself the way that I do. There is no way out of it. Yeah, Chatters thinks this is a PR battle or we can debate ourselves out of this. No, you have to ignore it. Exactly. You cannot PR your way out of this. You cannot debate your way out of this. The truth in this circumstance does not matter. How do you put your best foot forward when this clown ass repeatedly calls me an R-word denier and says I love terror? There is nothing you can do about it. You have to keep your head down and keep speaking the truth. Okay? That's it. It sucks, but it is the truth. You have to always meet the expectations of the broader society. This is something that I take extra care and consideration over. It is what it is. It sucks. It's true that it's completely fucking unacceptable, but if your goal is to speak truth to power, if your goal is to continue having a platform to be able to voice these concerns, no matter how much people attack you, no matter how much people lie about you, and people lie about me all the fucking time. People use clips completely out of context. They have dedicated whole chunks of their entire lives to doing this. There is nothing you can do about it. He said that you saying that he should speak to Sam Cedar is anti-Semitic. Why? He's a person that he respects. That is my exact same, that has my same exact worldview. Stop watching these cyber-stalking content creators chat and start uplifting streamers you care about. Yeah, exactly. Can you really say that the situation is unacceptable? If your ultimate message is we have to accept it, there's nothing I can do, man. That's it. There's nothing I can do. When Boner Chelly's community came after me for the cracker stuff, posted on LSF, posted through Keemstar, the exact same avenues of pressure that Ethan is currently utilizing against both Twitch and a bunch of Arab content creators who, are outspoken about Israel. When that pressure campaign happened on LSF and whatnot, it was laughed at by broader society. It was such a laughable thing that led to a ban still, by the way, but it was such a laughable circumstance that Nabisco, a brand, sent me a cracker pass because that's how fucking silly it was that Twitch responded to that form of pressure. This is different, okay? This is different. You have to understand why this is different, because broader society in this circumstance might not with Israel like that, but brands absolutely will respond to people saying that something is anti-Semitic. That's why I'm saying that there's not much you can do in this circumstance. There is nothing you can do in this circumstance. That's it. That's how the real world works, especially if you, like people saying like, oh, can't you take legal action? Like, no, dude, you can't. Do you think they will go after you even if you didn't do anything wrong? They have been. What are you talking about? Are you new here? It hasn't stopped. They're trying to get you banned again. It won't happen. He's also using Bonarelli's community to brigade shit. He literally platformed the D-Reddit and took anti-Hasan talking points from the Reddit and then used them today. It's fine. It is what it is, man. I think that it is endlessly selfish to engage in petty squabbles that you claim are genuinely consequential, more consequential than literal being burned alive every single day. Society and our rules have not adapted to the way that, cyber harassment works. It just simply has not. I don't even know what the correct way to address any of this stuff is from a legal perspective, but the unfortunate reality is that you can pretty much get away with normal shit that you would go to jail for, like stalking and leaking personal details of people, trying to blackmail them, trying to slander them. But you can kind of get away with that under the guise of anonymity online, especially if you have enough people with a shit ton of time, free time. If you look at an ongoing act of genocide and you go, how can I make this about my least favorite content creator? You are a deeply unserious person. That's it. It's sad. And no matter what happens to me, no matter what happens to others around us, ultimately, I will still maintain my moral conviction that Israel is an apartheid state and that is unconscionable. And Israel is currently conducting a genocide in Gaza, and that is also unconscionable, inhumane, barbaric. Everything else that people try to hyper focus on is just to derail the conversation away from that. It's honestly a mechanism of control. These online communities need to feel like they're morally in the right, so they get wins by bringing down people blatantly contradicting it, so they don't have to face it themselves. I think there are a lot of people there that don't actually even have any sort of personal interest in the matter, and they're just simply brigading for the fun of it. This is a D-troll. At this point, I don't know if it's a D-troll or an Ethan Klein fan, considering he gets his talking points from Destiny. He called you pro-Russia today, Lamau. Yeah. Going to communities like that, and I repeat this all the fucking time, and I'm saying this at a time when Ethan is basically using, once again, a cyber stalking operation that has been ongoing for 6 years, something that he knows very well, something that he has also been in the crosshairs of as well, to launch ridiculously cynical attacks against me and all of these other people whose livelihood he has now successfully taken away for the crime of saying Sabra hummus is dog shit. Anyway, in the midst of an ongoing genocide, and that's the only output you have, of course people are going to assume that you're pro-Israel in that situation. Like, what are we talking about? Like, I'm so disappointed. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. Getting together, even if you're like correct on an argument or whatever, but getting together and developing a community entirely about attacking a singular content creator is not mentally healthy. It is not healthy to hyper focus on one content creator like myself and cyber stalk them for 6 fucking years nonstop. You become a shell of what you once were. Maybe it feels good at first. You have like a shared sense of purpose, like a community. I promise you it is not healthy to be that fucking lasered in on every single thing that a person is doing, that dialed in. I wish that people would be more healthy and stop doing this kind of thing against me, against everybody else. I don't think it'll go away. I don't think it'll stop. But, you don't want to be like Destiny's community, man. You don't. It's a sad state of affairs. Like, I'm going to tell you right now, one day we will die. Our bodies will perish. There is a finite amount of time you have on this planet. When you are staring down the barrel of your demise, are you going to look back at these moments that you spent on fucking random subreddits, perusing and endlessly scrolling, doom spiraling over a content creator that you hate? Do you think that will be productive? Do you think it is productive? Bro, you spend 24/7 on the internet in front of your screen alone in your house. Great fucking retort. I do that. And I find a tremendous amount of emotional fulfillment out of what I do. Because if I can change one mind on any particular issue, if I can change one transphobic person, change their mind and have them not be transphobic, then that's it. I've done my job. If I can change one person who unconditionally repeated statements that they've heard, like Israel's the only democracy in the Middle East, if I can change that one person's mind from thinking that and repeating it unquestioningly to recognizing the reality of the apartheid, and there are thousands of you in here right now who have had their minds changed on any given matter. It doesn't have to be on everything, but on something, one thing, then I think that everything that I'm doing is worth it. And for the record, I'm not saying don't disagree with Ethan. If you have disagreements with him, you have disagreements with him. I'm just saying that it's not healthy to constantly have him occupy your mind like this, nonstop. Okay, you ban me. Will your life improve? No, it won't. You will feel a brief moment of satisfaction, and that's it. All of the same troubles that you have yesterday will exist tomorrow. You ban me. Does the truth change? It does not. You ban me. My conviction doesn't change. The situation on the ground in Palestine doesn't change. In Lebanon, it doesn't change. I'm just one guy, okay? You have to kill the part of you that hyper focuses on shit like this because it obviously is looking for purpose, looking for meaning. You are seeking meaning. You are looking for a community that you can be a part of. And the community that you have found is breaking your brain.